Hi guys, now we are going to study about zinc phosphate. First we will see what is definition. Zinc phosphate is an alternative base to RMGIC under amalgam restoration, especially in tooth preparation with sufficient RDT. An alternative base to resin modified GIC under amalgam restorations, especially in tooth preparation with sufficient RDT, remaining dentin thickness. Intro. Originally it was developed more than 100 years ago and was most popular during 20th century. When it was developed more than 100 years ago and it is most popular in 20th century. Now we are going to see the different types of zinc phosphate. Zinc phosphate. There are two types of zinc phosphate, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 for fine grain, type 2 medium grain. Fine grain used for luting purpose, whereas medium grain used for luting and restoration purpose. Fine grain type 1 film thickness not beyond the 25 micrometer, whereas type 2 film thickness not more than 40 micrometer. Zinc phosphate available as powder and liquid form. It is also available in capsule form, which is pre-proportionated powder and liquid, जिसमें पाउडर और लिक्विड का प्रोपोर्शन पहले से ही पाउडर और लिक्विड परफेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन में होगा. कमर्शियल नेम इसको कन्फिट करते हैं हार्वर्ड जिंक सीमेंट इम्प्रूव्ड मॉडर्न टेनासिन बोलते हैं. कॉम्पोजिशन तो आप जानते हैं सब, पाउडर प्लस लिक्विड, पाउडर एंड लिक्विड है. हम अब देखते हैं पाउडर में क्या क्या है. कंपोजिशन ऑफ पाउडर, देन वी विल गो टू द कंपोजिशन ऑफ लिक्विड एंड द uses of their ingredients. The ingredients of powder is zinc oxide, magnesium oxide, silicon dioxide, bismuth trioxide. Zinc oxide are present in 90.2% in powder, 82% of magnesium oxide, 1.4% of silicon dioxide, 0.2% of bismuth trioxide. Zinc oxide is a principal constituent of the powder. Magnesium oxide aids in sintering. Silicon dioxide acts as a filler. Bismuth trioxide improves the smoothness of the mixture. Liquid. The composition of liquid is phosphoric acid, water, aluminum phosphate, aluminum, zinc. Phosphoric acid reacts with zinc oxide, which is present 32.2% in liquid. Water 36% controls the rate of reaction. Aluminum phosphate 16.2% acts as a buffer. Aluminum and zinc. Aluminum 2.3%, zinc 7.1%. Salt of these are used to control pH. Aluminum and zinc phosphate used as a controller, pH controller. हम note finer the particle size, faster the reaction rate. We all know about it in second year. Manufacture of the zinc phosphate, sintering and fritting. First step sintering, second step fritting. Sintering. The ingredients are mixed and heated at temperature 1000 to 1400 degrees Celsius. It's high temperature. Heated at high temperature. Fritting. After sintering, cake form is cooled quickly. This causes the material to crack, which helps in grinding the fine materials to fine powder. Manipulation. Mixing is done with stainless steel spatula with brisk circular motion. We can mix in a brisk circular motion manner with a stainless steel spatula. Use of properly cooled glass slab. Properly cooled glass slab is used to improve the time of the mixing. pH powder liquid ratio 3:1. 3 portion of powder is mixed with the 1 portion of liquid, that is 1.4 gram of powder is mixed with the 0.5 ml of water not its liquid. The powder is added in small increments. When we put the powder on the glass slab, we make it in small increments. We divided it into small increments and add these increments slowly one by one to the liquid. That means the powder is added in small increments. 6 to 9 increments we should create. Each increment should be mixed for 15 to 20 seconds. When we divided the powder into 6 increments, each increment is mixed with liquid for 15 to 20 seconds. The total mixing time 15. If we take 15 seconds for one increment to mix in liquid, then it takes 1.5 minutes. If we take 20 seconds for one portion or for one increments to mix with liquid, then it takes 2 minutes. A large area is covered during mixing to dissipate the exothermic heat. As it is the exothermic reaction, the heat is released in this reaction. To minimize this heat, we should cover the large area on the glass slab. Precautions. Liquid should not be dispensed before mixing. Before powder liquid mixing, we should not dispense the liquid. After small increments are created, or after we divided powder into small increments, then we dispense the liquid on the glass slab. Because as long as the liquid present or comes in contact to the atmosphere, they are lost to the atmosphere by evaporation. Water may be lost to the atmosphere by evaporation. We all know that water is the main ingredient of the liquid. It contains 38% part of the liquid. Then we go for the setting reaction. It is the exothermic reaction. We read about it. During setting, phosphoric acid attacks the surface of the particle to release the zinc ion. Phosphoric acid attacks the surface of the zinc oxide particle to release zinc ion. Zinc ion and phosphoric acid reacts to form a successive series of hydrated zinc phosphate. Zinc ion plus phosphoric acid reacts to form a successive series of hydrated zinc phosphate salt. This results in formation of tertiary zinc phosphate crystal that form a crystalline matrix around the polycrystalline zinc phosphate particle. Zinc phosphate, when powder reacts with liquid, when we mix the powder and liquid, phosphoric acid from the liquid reacts with the surface of the zinc oxide, which is present in the powder, which is the main ingredient of the powder. Surface of phosphoric acid reacts with the surface of zinc oxide to release zinc ion. This zinc ion and phosphoric acid again reacts and form a successive series of hydrated zinc phosphate salt. This results in formation of tertiary zinc phosphate crystal, which is later on forms results in formation of tertiary zinc phosphate crystal that form a crystalline matrix around the polycrystalline zinc oxide particle. Aluminum in liquid is essential for cement formation. Aluminum, we read about it that aluminum present in liquid 2 to 2.3%. The salt of aluminum are used to control the pH. Aluminum in liquid is essential for cement formation. It is used for cement formation. The aluminum reacts with zinc ion and phosphoric acid to form zinc aluminum phosphate gel. Aluminum reacts with zinc ion and phosphoric acid to form zinc aluminum phosphate gel. Note, the zinc phosphate tends to be more weak and brittle than polymer-based dental material. Zinc phosphate more weak and brittle than polymer-based dental materials. Factor affecting the setting time. Increase the powder and liquid ratio. When you increase the ratio of powder and liquid, it increases the setting time. Cooling of glass slab. More the glass is cooler, more the time available for the setting, or more setting time we will get. Mixing cement in increments. Mixing cement in increments, it takes 1.5 to 2 minutes for setting. Prolonged spatulation will increase the setting time. Consistency. For luting and for restoration, we know the type 1 of zinc phosphate is used for luting and type 2 zinc phosphate is used for restoration. For luting, cement will be string up to 12 to 19 mm. The cement, when we mix the powder and liquid, it will string up to 12 to 19 mm. For restoration, it is a heavier consistency. For luting, it should be string up, but for restoration, it does not string up. It is a heavier consistency. Properties of zinc phosphate. Compressive strength 104 MPa megapixel. Tensile strength 5.5 MPa. Modulus of elasticity 13 GPa. Solubility 0.06%. It's relatively low solubility rate. The thermal properties, good thermal properties. It is an exothermic reaction. Adhesive properties, no bond formation. Optical properties, opaque, it's opaque. pH, at the time of starting of the mixing, it is 3.5. At the time of cementation, 2. After 24 hours, it's 5.5. Advantages of zinc phosphate. High compressive strength. We know at the starting it has 104 MPa compressive strength, but after 24 hours it becomes 120 MPa. Doesn't dissolve in oral cavity. Adequate film thickness. Reasonable working time. We can increase working time by prolonged spatulation, increase powder liquid ratio. Good thermal insulation ability. Thermal properties is good. Can be used in regions of high masticatory stress or long span processes. It has high strength. It has high strength. It can be used in the region of high masticatory stress or long span processes. Disadvantages. No chemical adhesion, pulpal irritation, poor aesthetic, low tensile strength. We can complete zinc phosphate. Now we can note a thing that we know about the pulp irritation. What is pulp irritation? Pulp irritation is due to the differences of the oral cavity pH, oral cavity pH and the pH of the zinc phosphate. Otherwise we can also have pulp irritation due to the molecular size of phosphoric acid, size of the particle, due to the pH of the zinc phosphate, and due to the size of the particle we can have pulp irritation. We can read about it. We'll read about it. That what is pulp irritation? Pulp irritation. Molecular size of the phosphoric acid is smaller than the dental tubules. The dentinal tubule, the cross section of dentinal tubules has a bigger size than the molecular size of the phosphoric acid, which causes the adhesive pulpal reaction. When used in the deep restoration. When we used it in the deep restoration, there will be open cross section of the dentinal tubules, and phosphoric acid get into the dentinal tubules and cause adhesive pulpal reaction. Hence, in deep restorations, a cavity liner is recommended under the zinc phosphate base. When zinc phosphate is used as a base under the amalgam restoration, we can use a deep restoration. We can use a cavity liner in a deep restoration. Whereas the dentin thickness is as much as is not sufficient, where the dentin thickness not sufficient, we can use a cavity liner under the zinc phosphate base. Then we apply amalgam for restoration, which prevent the pulpal response. Thank you.